So if you're new to my channel, you probably came here after stumbling onto some OpenPilot videos like the Tesla versus OpenPilot one. You might want to know a little bit more about this company, Comma.ai, and exactly what they do. If you go to their website, it seems almost intentionally vague. And you see some other videos, and there's not really a ton of information. There's all these different vehicles driving around, seemingly by themselves, and the only commonality between them being this device that's up in the windshield here. And you keep digging, and you just get more confused because the information about this company is spread all over the internet. The videos sometimes aren't labeled very well. The company name is misspelled in some of these things. So today, I'm going to do the Googling for you, and we're going to go back to the beginning of Comma.ai and talk about where it all started, how it got to where it is today, and I'm going to answer questions like, who the hell is this guy?
I am actually in a simulation, and so are you.
What the hell is that thing he's holding? And exactly how Comma.ai went from one person hacking a car in their basement to the small self-driving startup it is today. So strap in for a history of Comma.ai. So Comma was founded in 2015 by George Hotz. George was previously known for hacking various other consumer products like the iPhone and the PlayStation, and he saw that automotive manufacturers were just slow to adapt advancements in AI technology, so he took on the challenge himself. His goal was basically to build his own self-driving car using AI and machine learning to perform the driving task rather than just hard-coded rules. And George successfully managed to get this thing up and running with his personal vehicle, just working out of his garage and reverse engineering it. And it wasn't anything for your average consumer, but it proved that it could be done, and it was the first step to realizing the potential of what he had going on here.
On this test car, we like to show you wires, right? Wires look cool. On the final product, no wires. It's going to be a small, sleek-looking box, or maybe even something smaller and more sleek-looking, that'll mount right up on your windshield.
If you know anything about machine learning, you know that you need tons and tons of data. So Comma.ai took the next logical step that any Bay Area startup would do, and that is develop an app.
Did you want to develop an app?
So we made a phone app called Schiffer. You can download it on the Google Play Store. It is like Dropcam plus Fitbit for your car.
So basically, they needed more data on how humans drive. So the idea was to give people a mobile dashcam app with cloud storage that benefits the user and the developer. The drivers were incentivized to upload via a system where they accumulated points known as Comma points. And Comma's intention here was to use the app to better train their driving models with the data that they got from the users. Now, how useful was the data? I don't really know. Anyway, phase 2 of the plan basically involved building a device that they would run their software on that they could then sell to consumers who would then install it themselves in their vehicle, and the device would use the available sensors and existing hardware on the car to control the gas, the brake, and the steering, and assist in driving.
The Comma driving system doesn't just do the gas, like cruise control, it also does the brakes and the steering wheel. So you can, for some stretches of road, press the button and sit back and watch the car drive. It will react faster than you.
But what it is not, a self-driving car that you can text and take naps in and veg out. This isn't real.
It's an extension of driving, it's not a replacement.
So the more devices they could get into the hands of people meant more data from more cars. So Comma's initial plan was to do a limited release of this just to enthusiasts who would understand the technology and could help them gather more data for even more development. And they were going to build this device for under $1,000. So 1 year after hacking a car in a garage, Comma released its first product.
So that's why we're announcing our self-driving car kit. The Comma 1.
Well, that was the plan, but NHTSA has a slight problem with a retail third-party autonomous vehicle driving solution, so they sent a kind letter asking for some clarification on exactly what the hell it was they were trying to sell. So Comma just made the decision at this point to cancel the Comma 1 and look at other options. So a month after launch, the Comma 1 was already dead in the water. One of the good things about being a small startup is that you can easily reset and refocus when obstacles get in your way. So the goal didn't change, but the path to get there took a slight turn. Since they couldn't officially sell a self-driving solution, and with basically no other options, they took the next logical step and open sourced their OpenPilot software and all the plans to the hardware so that people could start building these systems on their own.
What we're announcing today is Panda. Panda is the best universal car interface ever.
So the Panda was the first piece of official hardware that Comma had available for purchase. This allowed users to connect to their car and read all kinds of data from the car's control systems. Combine that with the Dashcam app, and it could be used to further improve the machine learning and driver models that Comma was working on. They were also developing an open source database for decoding the vehicle-specific CAN data so users could contribute or use this information for their own personal projects.
It sounds really interesting, but it's also quite a shift from the Comma 1, which you were going to sell.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you haven't given up on that.
So the problem with the Comma 1 was kind of that it looked like this, right? We'd be happy to sell these things if there wasn't regulatory interference, but like, this is not a consumer product. We were only planning to sell 1,000 of these, and at that scale, we couldn't fight the regulatory battle. The plan is to gather all of this data, use it to train a superhuman self-driving model, then go to a Foxconn and say, look, we know we're going to sell 10,000 of these units, make something that looks really nice, that's easy to install.
So after the Panda, the next product that Comma made was called the Giraffe, and the Giraffe connected to the forward-facing camera that most vehicles have for lane keeping, and it allowed them to access more data that is not on the standard OBD2 port CAN bus. And basically this was the last piece of the puzzle to allow them to get all the information to control the car's steering, gas, and brake. And just after that, in late 2017, Comma announced the Eon Dashcam Development Kit. This was a dashcam that also connected through the Panda and Giraffe to the CAN bus, and conveniently, if anyone was interested, they could download the OpenPilot software and install it on the Eon device, and it was capable of controlling their car. So I'm going to take a quick aside here and point out something unique about Comma's road to building hardware. They needed something with good processing power that was robust, compact, reliable, with a camera, a display, gyro sensors, GPS, accelerometers, all these things, and it would have been expensive for them to build this device from scratch. And instead of spending all that time and money finding suppliers and testing, it would be great if they could just find a device that's already on the market that they could adopt to their purpose of driving a car.
Processor, the Li Pro 3, and it has a faster chipset, which is a Snapdragon 821, 4 to 6 gigabytes of RAM, 32 to 100.
So yeah, I know, to a lot of people a phone seems like a silly idea. But cell phones have powerful hardware, they're open source operating systems, they have some of the best compact camera sensors available, they have Wi-Fi, gyro sensors, accelerometers. On paper it checks all the boxes. So why couldn't a phone be utilized for processing a driving model and interfacing with a car?
So OpenPilot, as the box that we sell that it runs on, it's a phone in a plastic case. It's nothing special. We sell it without the software. So you're like, you buy the phone, it's just easy. It'll be easy setup, but it's sold with no software. So what do we have right now?
Yeah.
It's a Snapdragon 820. It's a Sony IMX298 forward-facing camera, driver monitoring camera. Just use a selfie cam on the phone, and a CAN transceiver. There's a little thing called Pandas, and they talk over USB to the phone, and then they have 3 CAN buses that they talk to the car. One of those CAN buses is the radar CAN bus. One of them is the main car CAN bus, and the other one is the proxy camera CAN bus. We leave the existing camera in place so we don't turn AEB off.
Uber today put the brakes on all road testing of its self-driving cars after a deadly accident. A pedestrian in Tempe, Arizona was killed last night by a self-driving Uber taxi. It is believed to be the first fatality caused by an autonomous vehicle.
After the Uber crash, Comma decided that they had to put driver monitoring on their system. So now it has become a fundamental component of OpenPilot. And through 2018, they continued to sell Eon dev kits and work slowly on improving the software and model training. They open sourced the development software, the APIs, the analysis tools, so the community was provided with the resources that Comma had to start hacking their own cars and reverse engineering them. And with the help of a very engaged and passionate community, they were able to support more vehicles by merging community developed support into their codebase. And this helped Comma expand the list of vehicles capable of using OpenPilot to what it is today. It's over a dozen manufacturers with over 60 vehicles and even more unofficially supported and new vehicles being added every day. Rolling into 2019, Comma had continued with the improvements. They developed another app for reviewing your drives, and the driver monitoring got really good, and OpenPilot just kept getting better and better with each release. Comma focused on what was working and what wasn't, and they improved the hardware, streamlined it, made it cleaner, better installs, and by the end of 2019, they had amassed over 20 million miles of driving data from all over the world.
Hey, it's 3 p.m. Okay, let's go. Let's open this bag up. Congratulations. Welcome to our hardware future. So we're going to start with this here. This is the car harness. Well, the whole thing's called the car harness, first of all. But this wire is a replacement for the giraffe. Instead of needing all that complexity that used to be in a giraffe, I don't even have a giraffe, I'll show you one later, they were terrible. The giraffe was the worst product Comma ever made, and I really think that the car harness, this new product right now, is the best. So you see this?
So this brings us up to 2020, and Comma just updated their hardware yet again.
Oh, do it. Do it. Wait, it's live though. Oh, people are slamming it. Is it going down? Oh, it's slow to load. All right, guys, if the website's live, this is the Comma 2. Check it out. Truly beautiful hardware. Remember, some of you we reached out to, we asked a bunch of times, if you were making the Eon, what would you make? And that is exactly what we've done here with the Comma 2. So, oh, we already sold one? Yo, that was so fast. This one's up right here. Okay, so, what phone? It's a custom phone. It's a custom phone because it doesn't have a battery. It has an infrared camera. It has a custom fan cooling solution that you're never gonna hear. And it has driver monitoring 24/7 with the infrared cameras right here. It's based on a Leica Lex 720. But, just ordered. It's $999. This is the Comma 2.
The Comma 2 takes all the good things from all the previous versions and just combines them together into one streamlined device. Now installation is so much easier, everything is self-contained and simplified and integrates better with the factory systems. This is just another step closer to Comma's goal and will help continue developing the software moving forward. Releasing with the Comma 2 was lane change assist in the software, as well as a better driving model, and in 2020 a focus on using machine learning models to control the gas and brake. It's still hardware based on a phone, but the software features continue to improve and the experience keeps getting better and the hardware isn't limiting progress. So now Comma as a company is around 13 employees and they're working hard every day on developing the software and hardware. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see where they go in the future. Looking back, it's crazy how far Comma has come in the past 5 years. George had a vision and he stuck with it, despite a fair share of setbacks and what some might even consider failures. Comma was not deterred and they continued on and kept their heads down without falling in line with the rest of the self-driving car industry. Comma actually built something that adds value to people's lives today. And personally, it has fundamentally changed the way I drive.
Join our broad coalition of great people in the Comma.ai community. So I wanted to share that with you guys. It's this quote right here, and I'm not sure if it's backwards. It's First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they try to copy you, then you change the world. And that quote's by Elizabeth Holmes. You know, I'm never going to say that we're changing the world. I mean, we are, but that's not like, that rhetoric has been hijacked. What this is about is actually building really cool things that we want in the world.
Is this something you think about?
I want to win self-driving cars.
So your definition of win includes.
I want to build the AlphaGo of driving.
So AlphaGo is really end to end.
Yeah.
It's end to end. And do you think this whole problem is that also kind of what you're getting at with the perception
Yes.
and the planning? Is that this whole problem, the right way to do it is really to learn the entire thing?
I'll argue that not only is it the right way, it's the only way that's going to exceed human performance.
Alright guys, that's it, and I hope this video gave you a slightly better understanding of Comma.ai and where they fit into this whole self-driving car space. Check out the links in the description, and if you want to learn more about Comma.ai and what they offer, check out their website. It is Comma.ai. And you can see if your car is compatible there. You can also check out the OpenPilot code for yourself on GitHub. It is all completely open sourced, MIT licensed, and available for download. And if you're someone who may be interested in this technology and you have some questions, feel free to stop by the Comma.ai Discord. People there would be happy to help you find the information you're looking for. Once again, I can't thank you guys enough. I'm now at 1,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate you guys supporting me and making these videos. And if you want to see more, just let me know in the comments what you'd like me to do next. Alright, see you guys.